Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Tuesday, March the 12th, 2024. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading into this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds that you can afford to do without. All right. That's all for our disclosure today. Market is open. YM has already gone too far, so we'll look for a new setup there. Soybeans just picked up a short trade. Probably able to get into that. And there's target one already. So this is going to be a one and done session on soybeans. Crude had a tough time this morning. Unleaded is sort of mixed and looks like it just may have just taken a second stop out. 659 was the stop, and we got down to six. No, we're still surviving in the long trade. Down 28 ticks after a partial win for target 2 traders on the long trade, just going off the screen there. And then we took a full loss on this short. So we got 56 ticks on the long trade on the gain. 2 positions at 28 ticks. We lost 84 ticks, leaving us down 28. Short trade on the YM. All right, YM moving toward money management. And my data is about a minute behind again. Taking a full loss on the micro Russell. And Alright, still short on the YM and a short on the Micro Russell, and full stop out on the second full stop out on unleaded. Target 3 win on the Micro Russell. $86.6 for the trailer. Good morning and welcome in. Please do say hello in the chat. Micro Russell in a short, 85.2 for the trailer, already having hit targets 3 and 4. And the YM pushing down. YM 268 for the trailer. Market's headed down strongly, looks like. This Micro Russell trade heading for session low at 273 or 2073 flat and just stopping out. 251 for the YM. All right, soybeans got target 1 and a trailer. It looks like a one tick on the trailer, so we get to pick up 3 ticks there. Target 1 was worth 7, so we get 10 ticks, 2.5 points, $125. Not a lot today, but a positive result, and come back tomorrow. Pound Aussie was successful this morning, picking up a short trade. 836.04 was the setup. Triggers in 2 bars later, goes through target 1, and then comes back. I adjusted that in, would have adjusted that entry a tick below the session low at the time. So I would have taken, actually that would should have taken that down. Yeah, that would have been at 308. And we take a trail out at 306. A couple of ticks on the trailer times 3 positions, 6 ticks, 6 pips. And 16 pips, actually 15 pips on target. So 21 pips on the morning. Another short trade on the Micro Russell. $2.13 for the YM stop. Soybeans is done. Unleaded has had a couple of losses after a partial win. This one was 114. $57 tick risk, 2 positions. So we're 142 ticks down. And it looks like we stopped out at 213 on the YM. So we are done with YM, done with soybeans. We're done with crude for the moment. We had actually had 2 stop and reverses that were most, about 3/4 of the way to the full stop. So that's a session ender, which probably is just as well, because the third trade would have been a full loss as well. So break-even trade on the Micro Russell, and now in a long. Looks like you hit target 1. We got to have 1 more tick. And which it got. And target 3, so that's win number 2. Trailing at 70, is probably 78.9. 78.8. And stopping out at 78.8. That was where our money management was. And we stop out at 78.8. 2 wins and a break even. Pound Aussie's done. Crude is done until 10 o'clock. Good morning, Robert. And a short, ouch. A short trade on unleaded that takes a full stop out very quickly. Probably not any way to have avoided that. That's 3 losses in a row. That's very unusual. Yeah, it's just under there, it looks like. Target 1 traders got it done on the first trade. Got a target 1 and the 28 tick trailer. Alright, so I'm going to move unleaded over on top of soybeans so we can take a look at what the micro MQ is doing, and it looks like was headed down just like everything else. But data's setting about 3 minutes behind right now. Very fair chance there, looks like, of getting in that. Picking up targets 2, 3, and 4 and trailing down to in between, to basically the session open in between targets 3 and 4. So a solid win on trade number 1. Trade number 2 was that long was probably avoidable. Just touches through the entry and comes back and stops out. Third trade is another winner, targets 2 and 3 so far. Currently trailing at 194.5. A new short trade on the micro Russell. Hanging around, right around the entry at the moment. Trade number 4 on the Russell. Micro NQ setting new session lows. Micro Russell coming close to session lows but hasn't gotten there yet. And Micro NQ stopping out at 94.5. $194.5. So that's 2 wins on no losses. Micro Russell taking heat, and we have a stop and reverse. And I would say, let's see, that entry is probably 79.8. Yeah, 79.8's our stop and reverse. I'd love to adjust that around the 50, but just not something I can get away with. So we had 1.3. We need to go 3 ticks beyond target. So 81.2. And there we got that. So that's going to be a partial loss, and then we have a break even. And going off targets 3 and 4. And the Micro NQ also picking up a long trade that has gone to money management. Target 2 on the Micro NQ, win number 3. So we have 3 wins on both charts. We've got a partial loss and a break even to go along with the 3 wins on the micro Russell. 81.7 for the current trailing stop on the micro Russell. 203 flat for the trailer on the micro NQ. And here's our target 2 win on unleaded. We're already down 142. Our loss on this one was 54, so 196. Target 2 here gives us 82, brings us down to 104 or 114. Down 114. Entry at 671. Stop now at 749. That's 78. So we're headed well along the way to getting even and getting positive. Micro Russell, 84.9 for the stop. Micro NQ, it's like 238 flat. Unleaded still at 749. 757 now. $86. We need 114 for break even. And we are just about to start our 10 a.m. crude mini session. And that's gone too far on crude, so that we'll look for a new setup there. 249 3/4 for the micro NQ stop. 86.9 for the micro Russell stop. $772. Let's see. 671. 772. 101. $789. 118, and we 9. What is that? 804. That's going to get us positive for target 2 traders. After all of that, 3 losses and then 1 trade gets us back to positive. $270.5 for the micro NQ trailer, 88.4 for the micro Russell trailer. We are in our 10 a.m. mini session on crude. Just waiting for a trade. 279.25 for the micro NQ. No change in the micro Russell. 807 for the unleaded trailer. $8.19. 148 ticks. 828. 157. And still rising. All right, micro Russell stopped out. Looks like that stopped out at the 88. Well, no, that may be more than 88.4. Yep, stopped out at 88.4 for win number 3. One trade to go. That was trade number 5. We can take up to 6 trades or 4 wins, and since we got 3 wins, one more trade is going to do it either way. We'll get our 6 trade maximum. 282.25 for the micro NQ. 312. Oh no, that's the YM. Excuse me. 567. 196 ticks. 582 or 882. 211. Right, nice example of the kind of runners that unleaded can take. $8.92. 221. So we're over 100 ticks positive after all of that. And a short trade on the micro NQ. It looks like $8.99. And stopping out. Yep, $8.99, so 228 ticks. Literally doubled what we needed for break even, so we were 114 ticks positive. After being down, what, 190 something ticks going into that trade. Pick up 82 and 228. 310 ticks. Looks like we're still in the short. Not by much. On the micro, yeah, that's a full stop out. So the micro NQ is 3 wins and 1 loss. And we did have a chance to get into that. And micro NQ now goes to short again, or to long again. And the micro Russell with another long. That is the last trade of the day on the micro Russell. This is trade number 5 on the micro NQ. And money management on the micro NQ. So if this goes to target, this will be the final trade. If not, we will take one more. Alright, looks like we did get money management. We got one tick beyond target, which is what we needed. 88.5 was what was required. So that will be at least a break even on the final trade for the micro Russell rather, M2K. Using Catapult, and that's a stop out intra-bar, so that ends the session with 6 trades, 3 wins, 2 break-evens, and a partial loss. All right, crude is flat now. And also a break even on the micro NQ. So that is trade number 5. We can take one more on the micro NQ. Questions or comments? Since we're down to the micro NQ and crude, everything else is done. One trade on the micro NQ, and then we'll see if we can get Crude positive for the 10 a.m. mini session. No trades so far. Possible short trade. And it goes back the other way. Still no trades on crude. And now we have a long trade again. Long hits money management, and there's a target. The short trade was probably avoidable. I would call that a one and done session. There's the target 3, so yes, that's going to be a one and done session. I wouldn't take that as a stop and reverse. 78.16. All right, targets 2 and 3, and a loss for the final trade on the micro NQ while I wasn't watching him, looking at everything else. But we got 12 and 17, 29 ticks on the session. It's still down on the day, I suspect. I didn't look at how much we lost on the 2 trades on the 9 a.m. session, but crude I would say down on the day. But that finishes up all of the charts. Nothing left to look at. So, questions or comments this morning? Fairly quick session this morning. Yeah, it's been an interesting session. You know, micro Russell and micro NQ, as well as the YM, all did really well. Unleaded took a while, but ultimately in the long run gave us a $450, $500 trade, or net win, close to $500 on trading 2 positions to target 2. Pound Aussie with a positive session. Micro Russell, micro NQ, both with definitely positive sessions. So that will do it for today then. We will see everybody tomorrow. Regular 9:30 session and a crude oil inventory session at 10:30. So 2 sessions tomorrow. So everybody have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow. You too, Robert.